Food for Thought with Professor David Dete.
Here we are once again, another episode of Food for Thought with Professor Dete. 2 weeks ago, we began a conversation talking about phobias. Well, we didn't finish our conversation. We are getting more details and understanding into this. So let's go back to where we left it off last week.
Another common one, which is very common, is we say some of these conditions, some are more common in women.
Yeah.
In men, they tend to be afraid. They have phobia for fear, for pain.
Yes.
Yes.
Phobia for pain.
Phobia for pain.
Yes.
When they go to, and if you talk to phlebotomists, phlebotomists are those people who take blood. They will tell you men don't like pain.
Yes.
Yeah. They are tense when the blood is being taken from them. They know that, and they will tell you men don't like pain. I wonder what would happen if it were men who give birth. I don't think you would have children.
We would not have so many people in this world.
That's absolutely.
There's a video I saw a while back of this man who had gone to get an injection at the hospital. It was so hilarious.
Yes.
He was screaming.
Yes.
This is a grown-up man and he's screaming.
Yeah.
He doesn't want.
Yeah.
Because he's afraid of the pain.
I don't think we want this. I remember one time I was. This is interesting. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
But I don't like injections.
Oh, you don't like injections?
No, I don't like injections.
Me, I prefer injections to tablets.
Because we are different.
Yes.
Yeah. One time I was walking in Nairobi hospital and I slipped and I fell, and I actually injured my back pain, my back, and I was in terrible pain. And then the nurses came, and then they wanted to give me a painkiller.
Yes.
To inject my painkiller.
Yes.
I had to negotiate with them.
Oh.
Yes. So that needle you're using is too big.
Oh my goodness.
Can you get the smallest possible size of Yeah, even we doctors, psychiatrists, we are also human beings.
Okay.
So for me, it's pain.
Yeah.
And snakes. For other people, they are totally different things. Other people, men, you just say this injection, give me.
Yeah.
Just was seeing a patient who refused to take medication, but said, I just need an injection.
Yes.
They don't scream.
There are those people who believe unless they're injected, hawatapona.
Yeah, but you see the problem. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But that's not the issue. The issue here is that they are not afraid of pain. Yeah.
Very interesting.
They are different.
Does this manifest in both adults and children?
These
phobias?
They vary. There are some which start very, very early in children. And others even start in adults, or you find them in adults. But they are more so in children, and they may grow and go into adulthood. For example, when you are talking about housebound syndrome, which is common, you are talking about, it used to be described mainly in married women in UK. We are talking about adults. If you talk about pain in men, well, many of them are adults.
Yes.
Yeah, so it can occur in any age. Another very interesting one, kind of here is, let me just use the technical term here, is phobophobia. Phobophobia.
Phobophobia.
Phobophobia. And what it means is fear of fear.
Fear of fear.
Yes.
How can you be afraid of fear?
Yeah. Well, this is rational. You see, I don't want anything that causes fear in me. It really doesn't matter. Whatever it is, anything that will cause fear in me. Yes. I don't want. So phobophobia. The phobia for fear. Fear of fear.
Could somebody be having a phobia that they don't know because they've never been exposed to that kind of social setting or that kind of thing or situation?
Fear that they don't know what they are afraid of. Is that what you're asking?
It's like maybe I have a fear of a particular kind of animal, but because I've never been exposed to it, I don't know that I have a phobia for it. Is that even possible?
It's possible. It's possible because sometimes it's just irrational. I think this lady who was was fearing ants, very very irrational fear.
Yeah.
Is because she had not seen those things before. Wherever in the stage she has not seen those things. So, and it's because it's so irrational. It's not necessarily associated with foreknowledge. Although more often than not is associated with foreknowledge.
Yeah.
You went into a public place, into a marketplace, and for some reason, no explanation at all. It is irrational. There is no understandable cause for it because they had not been exposed to it in such a way that it actually caused them physical pain or whatever. It's just because it's a situation, you react in the way you react. You don't know why you reacted, but you know you are safer or you have no that kind of fear when you are in that kind of situation or when you see that kind of object, and there are 1,001 types of objects, light, whatever, darkness, whatever. You just know you don't want to, don't want to be into that. Children have tend to be afraid of darkness, something that they don't know. It's not because at any time it has exposed them to any kind of harm. It's just that somehow, one way or other, they react to it. I must say that, as I've said several times before, there are very many conditions that we really don't understand why they develop in particular individuals and not in other people. I think that is the signs of the next generation.
Okay.
To understand why it is certain people who have different types of this condition. Could it be genetic because it may be running through families?
Yeah.
Is it environmental? Just definitely environmental because it tends to be associated with a particular environment. But why is that not everybody who is exposed to that kind of an environment develops this kind of phobia? Okay. We do not know. But when we see it, we know it. We describe, say this is this kind of thing. So I hope the viewers realize that if say they went into say internet and so on, they are reading this, and I would encourage them to read. Those who want to read more, go and do so. You will see very many technical names for these different types of phobia. Don't worry, those are just Greek names. We can have English names. We can even have Swahili names for Naongopa marketplace or something like that. You may see, depending on how detailed the write-up may be, they may just talk about 10 different types of phobia to specific situation. But instead of looking at it that way, just look at this, that some people can have phobia for almost for all kinds of things. So you cannot list all kinds of objects.
You can't. You can't.
There are thousands of them.
I'm just wondering, because there's so many kinds of phobias, is the fear the same?
The physiological mechanism is the same. And I will tell you why the physiological mechanism is the same. It is because when they have that kind of fear, regardless of what is causing it, expresses itself through a similar physiological mechanism. Basically, that you are put in, you get into this kind of situation that I said, you either take flight, you run away, and if you can't run away, you fight, and if you can't fight, you are just there. It's a hopeless situation. But many people will either run away or fight. Most people will run away. That is the expression of that is how the brain perceives this. And once actually a part of the brain called amygdala, without going to the details, which seem to be associated with issues to do with fear, working with some other parts of the body or the brain, but amygdala, it seems to be the most important part of the brain that is associated with this. It sends messages, yeah, to those parts of the body that must provide the necessary energy to energize you, okay, to either run away or fight back.
Okay.
And that you get energized by the release of adrenaline and the release of glucose, so that you get the energy to run away if you can. So the answer to your question is yes. The presentation will be the same because it goes into the brain. In the brain, you are set with danger.
Yeah.
It goes to very quickly channel through the amygdala, or the body that seems to have that we are in danger, and the rest of the system takes it. So the presentation will be very, very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's important, because I'm just thinking for somebody who doesn't have your kind of phobia, when you are in that situation where your phobia is manifesting, they may not understand. Like the story you've said of the lady with the ants.
Yes.
You know, for somebody who doesn't have a phobia for ants, and you see her in that situation, you laugh at her.
Yeah, you laugh at her.
You know, you think you're not serious.
Yeah, you wait until your turn comes for you to see a snail. Yes.
So what's going on in the mind, in the brain of that person at that time? Because unless I understand that, I may not appreciate what they are manifesting. I may think you're not serious. How can you be afraid of this small thing that is not even moving?
Yeah, this small thing that is. Well, that is a very important question, but we are so different, Pastor. I think are we close to 7 billion people on this planet Earth? And you know, there's nobody who's like another person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why we use DNS, DNA tests, because your DNA is unlikely to be like another person. So when the Bible says you are wonderfully made,
yes,
that is indeed the case. It's
supported
by science.
Yes.
So we react to different situations differently because our DNAs are different. Maybe our brain connection are slightly different.
Okay.
But most importantly, our DNAs. I think that's the only way I can explain it, why we are so different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot provide you with a concrete answer, and that is, I think, why we are so different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can somebody have more than one phobia?
Yes, it's possible to have more than one phobia. Yeah, but it tends to be to a specific condition. We just said this person laughing at a person because they are afraid of ants. Maybe when it rains, then we'll be laughing at that person because they are afraid of a snail.
Of a snail.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Wow. We are out of time. Unfortunately, I know the conversation is very interesting, but we have to put a pause there. We'll pick it again next week. Thank you so much for being a part of Food for Thought with Professor Ndete. As always, we appreciate your comments on 20316 and WhatsApp 0786316316. Let us know if these conversations are helpful to you. Have a great day.
Food for Thought with Professor David Ndete.